Sweetie, my intestine, my chibuku. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Lady G-Force, and I have a special guest with me today. I have my real oh god I have my real intestine here. This is
Zinhle Perfect and Sharp. Hey.
oh god. Okay, yeah.
That's my Insta handle.
This is my younger sister. Her name is Zinhle Perfect and Sharp. You should follow her on Instagram. I will put an Instagram handle somewhere on the screen right now. Okay, so we decided to come at you guys with something fun and entertaining, enthusiastic. We were reminiscing the other day and we decided, how about we share it with my people? Because guys, we were raised to be tough. We were raised to be strong. Yeah, me and Zita grew up together the whole time. And when we talk about our childhood to other people, we kind of like only then see that our childhood was a bit different from other people's childhoods. We were raised by a mother who worked extremely hard all the time to give us the best things in life, and we did have to assist her here and there. We just want, and if you experience something in your childhood that you think wasn't a norm, you should definitely comment so we can see stuff like our grandmother used to make us eat bread and macaroni. we used to have macaroni sandwiches. Like, it's a thing to this day. It's a thing. So I don't know if okay, let my guest make a point first.
Okay, I think one of the weirdest things is our house. Okay. As you can see in most of the backgrounds. Yeah.
We live in a Wendy house.
Yeah, so my blanking.
Yeah.
And I remember one incident where I changed transports, and the one time I had like this other kid ask me, why is your house like this? And I've been a sensitive person. I actually cried. I was like, oh my god, what's wrong with my house? I've never seen anything weird. It's a house. And I cried. And then that's only when I was like, oh, this is actually a different house. But I think one of the weirdest things, like,
to add on to that, I've also been very sensitive when it comes to, because it's not a norm.
Yeah.
So our dad built this house from scratch. We live in a double-story wooden house, and because it's the only one in our hood, people are always like, okay, what's going on here? And then you find people who are really like, my god, it is so beautiful. So, and then when you have, with young kids, it's like when you used to cut your hair, scope, and even if it suited you, they'd laugh. So young kids don't really have this sense of just praising something. If it's different is ugly and it's funny. So that, I was really sensitive to that, and to this day, I'm still sometimes very uncomfortable about bringing people over to my house. You need to be very close with me, and I need to be very comfortable around you to bring you into my space. But yeah, as you can see, it's very beautiful and it's cute. It's cute. It's cute.
Yeah.
And then I'll go second point.
She has the weirdest because she's the older one, so she experienced all the crazy things.
My goodness, you guys. That's my dad. So in our yard there is our house, and our parents used to own a pub.
Have a better one for the last point because it's crazy. Like, that one is crazy.
Oh, we used to have a spaza shop. Another thing. So in the morning they would say, go get your lunch. On my way to the transport, I'd run to the spaza shop, take crisps. Oh, the lady who used to work here already knew what I liked. She'd give me a pack of crisps, she'd give me like a Tropica, she'd give me a chocolate, a lollipop, and from the till she'd give me 5 rand cash. Guys, I was living my best life.
Yeah.
Was it the same? Was it the same for you?
I can't remember I can't remember.
But I think it was similar because
Okay.
like once Zintle and I went to
Okay, no,
I was
actually,
old.
it should be the
with
same.
cash.
You remember, Hore, I had a friend in primary who used to take my chips every day.
Yeah.
So Tabiso would take my chips.
But when Zintle started school, we only get like chips, juice, and some cash.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a matter of scaffteen anymore. We used to get like $15, $15 every day, and juice and chips. And sometimes if there was pies in the tuck shop, you'd get like
Yes.
R5 and a pie and juice and chips. So that was awesome. And yeah.
Yeah.
Ish. I just remembered the lady who used to work in there. She was with our family for so many years. May her soul rest in peace.
And then while we're still talking about school, let's talk about your shoes.
Oh my God, guys. Uniform.
Yeah, uniform was hectic.
Uniform in my household. So I did mention that my mom used to be like kind of not a workaholic. Her schedule was really crazy. She had like
normal 9 to 5.
She had a normal 9 to 5, and then when she came back, she used to operate whatever business there was here. So so this is how things would work, right? My transport from school would drop me off at my grandmother's house, and then after 5 o'clock my parents would pick me up and I would come home. So this one time I left my school shoes at my grandmother's house. Guys, my mother didn't let me like miss a day of school. It was hectic because her schedule, like, who was gonna watch me? So I remember I missed a day of I left my school shoes at my grandmother's house, and only in the morning I told my mom, like, oh, my school shoes, what. Did this lady not grab a pair of red leather shoes and put Kiwi, the liquid polish, on the shoes and expect me to wear those to school? Did I not wear them and go to school? Because I wore them and I went to school. And lunchtime they melted and the red was showing.
At least school uniform was green, red, and yellow.
Guys,
so
no, it had like cream white. And going back to those shoes, I remember, it was the saddest day of my life when my mom bought me those shoes, okay? I asked my mom, okay, my Valentine's outfit is almost ready. I just need a pair of All-Stars, okay? She's like, okay, I'll go to town and I'll buy you a red pair of All-Stars. Excited, I go to school. When I come back, I see a paper bag there, SNK. I'm like, my All-Stars are here. Did this lady not pull out a pair of leather shoes that were written Panzola? They looked like, when you go to a bowling alley. I think I'm going to find a picture and insert a picture of how those shoes looked here. I'm going to insert a picture of the type of shoe that she bought me. Did I not cry all night? I was a crier, guys. I was a crier. And like, it's because to a certain extent, I was very spoiled. So when you promise me something, I expect it because my parents never broke their promises, kinda. She brought me those Panzola shoes. And then after she polished them, the polish couldn't come off, so I never wore them again. Thank God. Blessing in the sky.
In the skies.
In the skies. Yeah. School
Okay,
uniform.
Then, yeah. So, okay, we're not that we were that spoiled, but we were still young, so we couldn't wash our school uniform. So when times got hectic,
no, guys, we were that spoiled.
No, you were. I started washing when I was like.
I started washing my school uniform when I was in grade 10 because I moved to my grandmother's house, and every Saturday she would take out my basket full of clothes and say, "You are not going anywhere until this is on the washing line," and I'd cry while I washed those
I knew
clothes.
my responsibility from like grade 5. School uniform was on me, but it's because maybe she learned from the past. So it's like washing after school around Bomawat, late at night after the businesses shut down, washing and then putting the clothes by the heater to let them dry.
Guys,
and then you get up in the morning, it's crispy.
Your shirts. My mom was the boss of this. She'd wash your clothes. Okay, so she had a pub. I think we can get to the pub now. She had a pub, right? So she'd close the pub at around like 11, 12 during the week type of thing. And then like we'd put our shirts and socks somewhere in it. this lady would wash our clothes and she'd like dry them by the heat. Sometimes she'd get so tired that she doesn't wash them and then they burn. And then the
Yeah.
day after at school,
Like,
something
yo.
is scratching you
Yo.
here. Your shirt is crispy, guys. Crispy. No.
Shirt, socks, white socks are brown. You have to make a plan. Uthi, how do you fall to cover? And it's a habit that we ended up adopting.
Yeah.
So even when I was washing my own things,
Dude,
I'm like,
I remember
tomorrow
going.
after school, I need to go buy new socks because go ahead.
Do you remember when I went to Durban? When I went to Durban with my friends, my mom said she's gonna do my laundry, right? I was already like 19. I was 19 or 20. She said she's gonna do my laundry, so I took out everything that I needed to go to Durban and I put it on the side because I had plans. So I left in the evening. Did I not find this lady outside by the washing line with a fan and an extension cord that was plugging the fan to dry the clothes outside?
Yeah,
Left to Durban, some of my clothes were still wet. I had to put some clothes in a plastic bag and hang them in Durban. And it's like it's not a thing. Even now, I went to Pretoria last week. I left with some wet clothes because I put them on the fan and it was cold and the things didn't dry. When we got to Pretoria, like it was nothing. I hung the clothes outside and I was like, and people are like, you came with wet clothes. I'm like, yeah, why? What's the problem? I was born this way.
And the alternative to a crispy shirt would be substitute.
Tracksuits underneath a jersey.
As long as there's something showing here,
Guys,
there's a collar.
Guys, I was the first person to do that at Gym Forge, bruh. Tracksuit. And mind you, our shirts were yellow. Tracksuit was green and it had a red stripe and a yellow stripe, I think.
Yeah,
but you
like
could see it wasn't a shirt. The one time my mom was like, no, I was too tired. She was like, tracksuit, not even like tracksuit on top of a jersey and clothes. No. Tracksuits underneath and jersey on top and I guess. And I entered them. And mind you, it was like, to other people it would feel like I'm naughty or I'm corrupt. And I was the most quiet person in primary school. I was so
you
quiet.
Wouldn't believe it.
I was the people from primary school when they see me now they're like, is this you? I'm like, what you mean? Like, what you mean? Is this you? Is this you? Who you talking to, bruh? Shut up, okay? Bye. And they're like, hey, bo. And I was skinny. That's another. I was so skinny. People used to make fun of me. Like, I remember I cried the one time. I know I'm off ramping, but these are stories from my childhood, okay? I remember I cried the one time, like, we used to sit like this, front seat now, behind the driver. There would be one sitting on the stand, like behind the driver facing you, and then this other girl was like, hey, you with the needle knees, you are hurting me. Did I not cry all day until I got home? This was in the morning. I cried all day. I cried through school. I was that girl. I'd cry from first period to last period, and then like I'd be like, okay. And then when I see that my transport's about to get home, I'm gonna cry again because you know what? My granny is gonna come to school and yes, that people. And she'd come with her staff members. She'd come with her staff members. My granny used to own a daycare center. She owns a daycare center. Me arriving at home crying. Tomorrow we are going to school with you. We are hela. Then she pinched
But
the
I think
ears.
we were both quiet. Grade one, I was mute.
No, grade 1 and 2. I used to cry about this because people were like, can your little sister even speak? In the transport, she'd never utter a word. And I'd be like, Zintle, say something. And she'd just smile and be like, guys, it made me feel so weird. And I never used to like the fact that I feel like people are making it fun of the fact that Zintle doesn't speak. And I was shocked. Zintle never used to say nothing for 2 years transport.
No, it was only 1 year.
Zintle.
No, okay.
No still.
For real.
Yeah.
I just remember like in grade 1 it got
You'd
so
laugh
hectic.
and do this.
Yeah, I remember I used to laugh and cover my face.
Oh my god.
And then it got so hectic every day after second break. My dad would already be waiting for me outside because after school I wanted to go home so I can relieve myself and start talking. So like for for first 2 terms, grade 1. First 2 full terms, every day, second grade.
I didn't know that.
Every day, I'd be like, okay.
I used to hate my parents coming to school with me because every time my parents would be around, I'd cry for no reason at all. If they're around school, I'm gonna cry. I remember they accompanied me first term at grade 5, and I was late. We had to go to the office to ask which class I'm in. When we walked into the class, I sat right by the door. My parents were still standing by the door. I cried so much that they were holding my hand like this, telling me not to cry. I cried, guys. I cried. Even my teacher was like, you can go outside and stand with your parents for a bit, you'll come back. Speaking of crying, grade 2, I wasn't invited to prize giving. I cried. They gave me certificates. I cried for the whole day until they made certificates. I have like 2 certificates. They gave me a book prize for reading. They gave me a certificate for reading, for outstanding work neatness. And I was like, yeah, I was supposed to get it anyway, guys. My books were neat and I worked my butt off. Like, why am I not invited to prize giving? I was sure that the teacher made a mistake. I cried. They gave me certificates. Same day they printed my certificates. So yeah, crying sometimes helps, eh? And then let's go back to things that the mother did. Okay.
This is like this one is like,
so me, you know that I know my stuff, ne? And part of that is because when I was in grade, I think it started when I was in grade 3. My mother already owned a pub. No, it wasn't grade 3, maybe grade 5.
Grade 3, Aka, you were in grade? Because it had
I was
been
in
a
grade
while.
8.
More. Okay, yeah, it was like when you were in grade 5.
I think when I was in grade 5, grade 4 there, my mom was operating the pub alone. So she'd open the pub, obviously after her 9 to 5, she'd come back, open the pub. Sometimes she'd have to go stock alcohol, whatever. This lady would leave me, a grade 4 learner, to sell Hansa's Black Label, VO Mater, there in the spot.
And it was normal.
It was normal. It wasn't, we
normal.
knew that, okay, ma, she'd tell you in advance, or okay, I'm gonna go stock what at 5 o'clock in. This one used to get paid for it. I never got paid nothing.
I always know how to negotiate.
I never got paid nothing. And mind you, the customer used to bully me and not her. They used to bully me and I'd cry.
No,
I remember the one guy was like, Karen, gave me wrong change when you're agalan. I cried. I was like to my mom, I'm never going in there. Yeah, I'm never gonna help you again. If this guy continues, and my mom was so friendly with these people, she'd be like, no, you mustn't call her that. She'd come back and be like, why did you make her cry? No, she's just a child. You mustn't call her that. Let her tell you she used to play snooker with the customers.
Because when she moved for high school, I was the only child. So when they had to leave to go stock whatever, I had to be like taking care of the business.
Yay.
So
at this height,
I was 9.
Guys,
9.
I wish I could find a picture of how short Zintle was when she was. Zintle was very. She was short. Mina, I was always very skinny, so she was short, but she wasn't like as skinny as I was. I was very skinny, but I was a bit taller than her.
If we find a picture, I think I do have a picture actually. Yeah, but I ended up getting used to the customers, and then they treat
like
me
family,
like,
guys.
I'm young, so yeah, I ended up playing pool, and it was like normal. It was chilled. I'm like 9. We're playing pool, sometimes I win, and it's like, and I even had nicknames with some of the people when they get in. It's like, yeah, sure, we know.
And I never used to, like, I used to play pool, but not for a long time, because you know why? When I'd lose, I'd cry. So people didn't want to play with me, because like I'd lose often and I'd cry, and like they were like, no. So a funny story. It's not even a funny story, it's a backstory of my experience with music, whatever. When I used to sell in the pub, when my mom was like, you selling, I had a pouch, I had a CD pouch. That was when I used to collect CDs, people's CDs. If you lose a CD or whatever, I'd take it and I'd put it in my pouch and I'd listen to it. So I knew I had a pouch that had about 50 CDs. I knew all the songs on each and every CD, and there could be only one word written on it, and I'd know track 1 to 12. This is what. So people used to call me DJ from when I was still in primary school. That's when people used to call me DJ because I'd be in there, and we used to use a DVD, a normal DVD
They
player.
bought us a DVD player
And
for
then they
her
put
to
it-
DJ in
Yeah,
the house.
yeah. They bought.
I don't know why
And
they included
picked,
my
they
name.
picked us up at my grandmother's house to show us that they bought us a DVD player with speakers. When we got here, our DVD player was in the pub. It was in the pub.
At least you got the benefits. I was just there.
But I only
Oh,
got the benefits when I was like selling, and then I became really upset because at some point my mom stopped selling and she hired someone, and he used to like playing music as much as I did, so I
and
wasn't
I
allowed
chill
to
with
go
him
in there.
and sell
Oh my
sometimes.
god! And I'd be like, and then it's another. I think it's another reason why we got cell phones really early, because sometimes I have to call my mom and say, how much is the price of this? You remember? Before she wrote on the fridge, because I got my first cell phone when I was in grade 3. But another reason is that I used to be a church girl, hectic, Saturday, Sunday. Hey,
I know.
Yeah.
No, man, like
Saturday, Sunday, I'd be in church. So Saturday, I'd go to church, and then I'd have to call my mom or dad to come and fetch me. And then Sunday, I'd also go to church, and then after church, and then other kids from my hood would walk. But I was like, no, that's why I'm lazy to this day. I'm like, my parents are like, okay. My parents are like Zintle will tell you, I won't walk where I can take an Uber. I won't.
And I walk.
Zintle even walks fast, guys. She's like a robot.
I have things to do.
Then my granny's like, oh, hello, weed. Me, even the Uber, I'll still be like, I'm coming. So yeah, what else? With my granny, you guys know that sugar wasn't a thing. Like
it was
1
so
teaspoon of sugar
hectic.
in a whole bowl of
Hectic.
and then we'd eat like she'd make us things like pap and gomas, and then you eat meat after. Did you
That
guys
was
also
nice.
do that?
That was nice.
It was like a reward for finishing your food. So
Like
we'd eat like
you get-
pap and sour milk, or pap and fresh milk, and then
And
after
then-
that they give you meat.
your own piece.
Your own piece of meat,
After
and you
finishing,
eat it.
you eat. That was
And
nice.
and I'd sometimes like shove all the food in my mouth and then act like I want to go pee, and then go spit it in the toilet because
with
I wanted
porridge,
meat.
that was the thing. You
Ugh,
had
the
to
porridge
like.
is horrible.
It's
I
hard
don't
to
eat
bitch,
porridge
without
right now,
sugar.
and my granny still cooks it every day. But I'm like, girl,
Like,
you punished me enough
that was
already. It doesn't.
horrible.
And the thing is, now when you add too much sugar, it tastes weird because we are used to porridge with basically no sugar. So it's like, I don't like it. But in KZN, there'd be like 6 of us. We had, my granny used to have a caravan. My granny from KZN, from my dad's side. So they'd make like porridge, and then they'd give us a whole block of rama between 6 people, and like maybe a pack of sugar. By the time we're done with that,
Everything.
the sugar, the rama is done. It's a wrap.
Begun
Among
lunch.
6 people,
Begun
big block.
lunch.
And then we had this KZN, bruh. We had fun times there. We'd have this thing all day, every day. We are getting a fry, making fries. Ne? My aunt would bring like bags and bags of potatoes from the farm, and then one would like have to chop, one would have to fry. We'd fry bowls and bowls
And then
of
the consequences, but you have a worm,
and then they shove menthol up your butthole. That's grandmother. Aye, guys. No, did you guys also used to do that?
like
You know, they shove menthol up our.
they've shoved things. We ate
And
zambak.
we ate zambak.
We ate zambak.
And we drank panado,
Okay.
which is like alu.
Try alu
Yeah.
that they boil. and
Yeah,
then-
my granny like makes everyone drink that. She's like, "Ah, blah, blah." And surprisingly enough, when my granny is very good when it comes to telling you how to treat whatever. So if she says you must drink this for that, chances are you're gonna heal very quickly, even.
Yeah.
You know, because she used to be a nurse. So yeah, that's that. And what else? I was never allowed to play on the street. We were never allowed to play on the street. Well, here at my mom's, it's kind of different, but don't tell my gran. It wasn't even a matter of being allowed. My mom wouldn't notice that I was out, and like there was a church next door. It had just a shelter, so we used to play just next door. We'd never go far in. I remember one time I crossed the street to go play at a friend's house. I think that was the first and last time my mom beat me up. She hit me and my friends, and then she told my friends to go bath, and then she took us out for cake. She told them not to tell their parents that she beat us, and then she took all of us for cake. We went to Black Chain in Barra. Yeah, and my mom used to make drink up juice for the kids on the street, and she'd tell us to collect cans and rinse them out, and she'd put like drink up cola, drink up in Coke cans. That was like, oh, today, oh, mom is making us Coke. Yeah, she'd do that. Yeah, that was fun. And then one time I had an unplanned party. I can't remember how old I was turning. The only nice thing is that we had hot dogs. I don't even think there was cake. My mom was like, it's your birthday party. And I invited a lot of kids from the street. We chilled on the stoop. She gave everyone a hot dog. That was awesome. And the one year they didn't buy me a birthday gift, I was still... Guys, birthdays, on my birthdays, they buy Zinhle the exact thing that they bought me as a present. This used to break my heart.
I'm a baby.
If you get a pair of new shoes, they also got for her, and it's my birthday.
But guys, I wouldn't understand. Don't say how. And then
so on her birthdays, I don't remember what I'd get. I don't know.
Then Christmas, we just got everything without names. It was just everyone's
shares. Yeah,
but that was nice. We had like Christmas presents wrapped and everything.
Yeah, so when you wake up there by your feet, there would be Christmas presents. So that was really cool. I wouldn't know when they got the time to actually go and buy stuff. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, sure.
Because they'd be like really hush hush. No one would say, "Oh, it's Christmas tomorrow," whatever. That was really dope. And then another thing, I kind of like forgot it, but I'll remember just now. You speak.
I can't think of things anymore. I can't think.
Fancy stationery.
Okay, that didn't last long in my life.
Oh,
because I did like grade 1, grade 2.
I only used to use this ruler that you hold like this. You know, the one that has a thing that you hold like this. Oh, not the flat one. Oh, okay. My mom didn't want to buy me the flat one. No. And like there'd always be a problem with, why are you spending so much? And I had a calculator, and I used to get so embarrassed. Oh, CVs, go Skodo, but I'll get to that. I used to get so embarrassed because like at school, it's like people will want to come see my stuff. I remember in grade 3, she bought me a calculator. You switch it on the side, and then it has a thing that opens up like this. Swipe, and then it stands like straight like this. Okay. Kind of like, and I was like, Ma. Those things never used to... I used to hate people looking at me and staring at me and envying my life. Why are you envying my life? Don't you know I have a job after here? I must go sell Hansa. Last from my side. So the one thing that I really used to hate, I know my mom knows about this. My mom's younger sister used to be an air hostess, so she had all these cool brands, handbags, fancy stuff that she'd buy overseas and come back with them. When I was in grade 1 and first CVs, my mom already expected me to have my aunt's Gucci bag on my arm, grade 1, to go to a fun day. I'd leave the house crying with a Gucci bag, guys. That's why I think I'm not like, I don't own designer bags. I've been carrying designer bags grade 1, grade 2 till grade 7, and my mom would buy me heels to go to school. Yeah, sure. And now when I see a young child with heels, I'm like, oh my god, it looks so... No, why are you doing that? My mom would buy me heels. My mom was a proper like Lady Gaga stylist type of person. She'd be, even when I started work, calm. Yeah, she's not. When I started work, she expected me to buy a pair of white boots. I'll never forget this.
It was
a pair of white boots.
And she wanted white boots.
No. But she wanted me to rock them with jeans and this other shirt that had, okay, the shirt with frills I bought. It looked very nice. but white boots, guys, and they had like a wool cream white thing on the top.
Similar things. I had like woolen.
I remember those ones.
Those were cute.
But
So
they
I
had like a
trust.
black heel. I was like,
You
no.
made a black.
And you know, I got safe because there was no size. I can never say no to her because I feel like her heart's gonna be broken. So I was like, okay, size 4. And then they're like, no, there's only size 6. I'm like, oh, thank God. Oh, Ma, they don't have a size. She's like, no, we'll find them along the way. You know, this is Josie. They sell the same kind of things. I'm like, God, please don't forsake me today. Okay. So from my side, no, guys, this is not my thigh. It's leggings. I told Zinja, this looks like a thigh. Ne? Thigh. Serobe, guys. Okay. So from my side, when are you done?
I am done. Very special guest.
Oh my God, guys. Why did I invite her?
Let us
Did you-
go.
did you hear
Let
that?
us go.
Did you hear that?
Let's get out of here.
Okay, I also want to, if you thought my singing was bad,
If you thought it was good, there's something wrong.
no. If you thought it was good, hers is better. If you thought it was bad, hers is worse. I'm gonna be doing somewhat of a song association with my girl. Next time, you're gonna be seeing a lot of her on my channel. And another thing, guys, thank you for all the subscriptions. Thank you for all the comments. Don't forget to share with us your childhood experiences, what your mama made you do. And I really appreciate the love. If you're new, like I said, welcome. If you've been here, guys, it's about to get lit, sweetie. Let me tell you. Okay, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And I'll see you in my next video. Sweetie!
Sweetie.